Hello there. It's been a long time since I've done a YouTube video, period. And I wanted to do an update because I got a new mic. Last time I did a video I said I was gonna get a mic, and skip forward a few months later, that's when it actually happened. I waited a long time to actually get the mic, but I got it, and that's all that matters. Better late than never. Do I sound better? I hope so. This is the new mic I got, and you might be wondering why there's socks on it. It's because I don't have a pop filter, but I watched a YouTube video that said I could use socks as replacement, and though it's not as good quality, I feel like it's good enough. So if you can hear me better, then it worked. I'm really glad I got this mic finally, and now I can prepare to post more stuff, including this video, which is about to be posted to you, not to me yet. I still have to edit it. Yay for me. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that I plan to do. Whether or not I do all of it, probably gonna take it bit by bit at a time, even though I tend to do everything all at once in one day usually, which I am obviously not gonna have the ability to do that. So that's literally impossible. I have to prevent myself from staying up because of this, because that literally won't work. But on that note, how about I get into some of the stuff that I'm going to be posting? A part of my content. So I actually posted a verse. I submitted a verse for a rap cipher that I'm going to be a part of. Aside from that, I plan to post my original songs on my channel. So this is the part where I spoil some of my original songs and what I'm going to be posting. It's a little emotion heavy. No, but really it is. I tend to write my best music when I'm in a tough spot, when I'm stuck, and I either need a solution or I need to move on, or it's just a means to an end, basically. Sometimes my songs push me to make a decision that maybe I wouldn't have completely made on my own. So in some way they're kind of like, well, they're a coping mechanism and they're help to me sometimes. But they turn out to be some great music that you can listen to and sometimes relate to. So great if you can do that. One of my rap songs that I plan to be posting is going to be about a character from a certain TV show, The Good Place. And I'm not going to spoil who it is, but yeah, I just spoiled what it's about, basically. If you haven't watched The Good Place, you could find it on Netflix, and I don't know the other TV shows you could find it on because I'm not very TV show fluent. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, on to some other songs I plan to post. One of my songs is called Butterfly Kiss, and it may talk about things and sound like it's a romance song, but it doesn't talk about anything inappropriate. It's may talk about romantic stuff, but it isn't actually romantic stuff that it's talking about. It just sounds like that. I actually made this song off of a dream I had in a period where I was a little bit lonely. So I thought I had a friend, and then I realized it was a dream. But yeah, I mean, the whole song basically talks about what happened, but I can go into an in further depth explanation, make that a new video, because I actually wrote an in-depth explanation shortly after having the dream and having the song made. Some other songs I plan to post are Thinking or known as those Cellist Times. And it's about thinking back to a time where we didn't have cell phones. Even though I didn't live in that time, I try to imagine what it would be like to lose a childhood friend because you can't contact them. Another song I would like to post on my YouTube channel is called Empty Words and Distant Feelings, and that was about an ex which helped me move on from them. They were toxic and it helped me cut them off in a way that made sense because we were kind of growing distance between us. A lot of times I'll think, what if the person that this song is about, or that this song is technically for, like addressed to, actually listened to the song? And that can be a terrifying thought, but also it's somewhat cool, and I doubt that people would actually know it's them if they came across the song and it was about them. Especially because I usually make it vague, so you would have to specifically be searching and specifically be suspicious about it. Oh yeah, and something I didn't mention throughout the entire video is the background. As you can see, it's not the white wall which you saw before, and that looks like it could be the white wall, but I was on a bunk bed and I actually moved. I moved in with my sibling and we're in a new house now. There's housemates, you might hear background noises. And yeah, it's pretty great here, especially since when I was in the old house, I couldn't swear, or at least I felt like I couldn't, because I was with my cousins and they're Mormon, and a part of the Mormon religion is not being able to swear. That's like a part of it. So yeah, and oh yeah, I mentioned that because that's actually one thing I like about being here, is that I can swear. In fact, sometimes friends on Discord voice chats will ask me to swear because I'm just so used to filtering myself that I never swear. So yeah, that's a fun fact. If you hear me not swear, it's probably just because I'm not thinking about it and I'm filtering myself without thinking about it. It's totally not because I'm a goody two-shoes and can't do stuff, even though I know that I perfectly could and it would be fine. Yeah. Me being ex-Mormon, I am ex-Mormon, which I didn't mention in that just previous segment, scattered, but I am ex-Mormon, and I have been ex-Mormon for a good while, but it is fairly recent as well. It was last year, early in the year, that I just cut off my religion from my mind. I mean, it's always going to be in my mind because it's, you know, things you grow up with or brainwashed with, and constant that. I grew up with it, it's in my subconscious, and it's probably always going to be there, or at least for a very long time. But anyway, apart from that entire tangent, I just wanted to summarize that this was an update on how things are going. I'm really happy that I got my mic, and I'm gonna be able to post some new content pretty soon. So make sure to stay tuned for some new content, for some of my new songs and stuff. And I hope you have a great week. Bye bye. And leave a like, subscribe, comment if you want, and I'll see you next time. So if someone watches this video every week, does that mean they'll have more lucky weeks? Because if they're watching it every week, then every time they watch it, I'm wishing them a good week. I'm saying, hey, have a great week. Does Does that mean that someone's gonna, like, have luckier weeks because every time if they watch it every week?
I think it kind of just like resets.
Like,
I mean, because you only wished them like a good week, like 1 week.
oh no. Oh wait, but yeah, so like if they're watching it every week, then they'll have a good week again, right?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. That's logical.
Maybe I'll have to just like post new videos every week so that they don't get bored of watching the same content over and over just to get a good week, you know?
Yeah, and I don't think it'd have like the same effect necessarily. Like maybe it expires after the first time and you only have a good week the first time you watch it.
Oh yeah, like maybe like it's like set to a date. So you can't really, like, you can't reuse that.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, each person can only have a good luck from that one video one time. Like, you can't reuse that energy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to post more frequently.
Yeah. If you're wishing them a good day, then you gotta post one every day. If you wish them a good month, then you can wait till next month to post again.
Oh,
so next time. A good week, then you gotta post every week.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're gonna have a bad week.
Dang. So wait, so should I say month next time? Should I just wish them a great month so I don't have to like be worried about if I'm gonna post one next week?
Yeah, less work.
Huh, okay.
Just post once a month.
Okay.
That's fine.